let's have our topic for the first week of the second quarter. Our topic is about the nth term of geometric sequence. So, last year, for your last topic, we have the arithmetic sequence na diniscuss natin. This time, ang gagamitin naman natin or ang itatopic natin is about geometric sequence. So, paalala ko lang yung arithmetic sequence. For example, for 8, 12, 16, we want to find the 5th term, the 6th term, the 7th term, and the 8th term. So, paano natin nakukuha yun? We have the so-called common difference. So, common difference, nakuha siya by subtracting. Example, 8 minus 4, their common difference is 4. So, paano natin makukuha yung next term? 4 plus 4, the answer is 8. 8 plus 4, the answer is 12. 12 plus 4, the answer is 16. So, this one is what we called the arithmetic sequence. Pero this second quarter, we are dealing with the geometric sequence. Now, ang pinagkaiba lang niya, syempre, sa formula, pero madali siyang maalala kasi if the arithmetic sequence is about adding the common difference, this one, nag-a-add kayo ng, or we are multiplying the common ratio. So, for geometric sequence, ang ginagawa natin dito is multiplication. So, if arithmetic sequence is all about adding, geometric sequence is all about multiplying. Now, if we are asked to find the next three terms of the geometric sequence for 8 and 16, so, baka lang malito kayo, bigla 4 plus 4 is 8, tapos 8 plus 4 is 12. So, hindi yun yung tinatopic natin ngayon. We are discussing geometric sequence. Now, paano naging 8 yung kasunod ng 4 at paano naging 16 yung kasunod ng 8? So, since we are referring to multiplication, we are multiplying a common ratio. So, if you're going to look at your module, you have there, we can easily identify the terms by multiplying the preceding term with the common ratio. In this case, our common ratio is 2. So, paano natin nakuha yung 2? That is by dividing the second term by the first term. So, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Or simply observing paano naging 8. Si 4, that is by multiplying 4 by 2. Multiply 8 by 2, you'll get 16. So, what is our next term here? We have here 16 times 2, you'll get 32. 32 times 2, you'll get 64. And so on and so forth. Now, the common ratio, siya yung minumultiply to get the next term ng ating geometric sequence. Okay? So, what if we are asked to find the 10th term? Do we need to multiply each term with the common ratio to get the answer? Syempre, ang hirap naman mag-multiply ng mag-multiply. Okay lang yung addition. Makakapag-add ka ng makakapag-add kasi medyo mababa lang yun. Pero yung mag-multiply ka ng mag-multiply, medyo mahirap yun. In this case, times 2, medyo madali pa. Pero what if nag-times ka ng 4, nag-times ka ng 5, mahirap-hirap na yun unless you have your calculator. Now, like arithmetic sequence, we have a formula for finding the nth term of a geometric sequence. So, let's start. This is our example. We want to find the 10th term of the sequence for 8, 16. We want to find the 10th term. So, meron na tayong 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is what we want to find, the value of the 10th term. Now, syempre, to make your life easier, we have our formula. So, our formula for finding the nth term of a geometric sequence, ayan. So, the formula is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, where a sub n serves as the nth term, a sub 1 is your first term, so this is your first term, your r is your common ratio, your n, this is the term na hinahanap natin. Kung ilan yung hinahanap natin. So, a sub n, sorry. So, a sub n, ito yung hinahanap natin, what we are finding for the 10th. So, yung n natin kung ilan sila. So, if 10th, yung n mo is 10. So, let's start. So, a sub n is a sub 10. So, we want to find the 10th term. Your a sub 1 is 4. Now, we all know that our common ratio is 2. 10 minus 1. So, 4 times 2 raised to 9. Say, 10 minus 1 is 9. Now, 2 raised to 9, it's not 2 times 9. It's 2 times 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 2. So, you can use your calculator naman. Siyempre, you are schooling from home. Pwede naman ang calculator. So, 2 raised to 9, that's 512 times 4. So, the answer is 2,048. So, therefore, your 10th term is 2,048. Kung gusto nyo ng imano-mano, let's try. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64. Okay? Now, next is 64 times 2. The answer is 128. 128 times 2, that's 256. 256 times 2, that is 512. 512 times 2, that's 1,024. And 1,024 times 2 is 2,048. So, your final answer is 2,048. Okay? So, ma'am, mas mabilis naman palang mag-multiply. Pwede naman ding mag-calculator. What if the question is, what is the 100th term? What is the 25th term? Mahirap pa rin mag-calculator. So, you can use your formula in getting the nth term of a geometric sequence. Let's have another example. Find the 7th term of the geometric sequence 3, 9, 27, 81, the 7th term. Almost there na tayo kasi apat na to. Pero, since we want to show the formula and para mas magamit nyo ng maayos yung formula, we are going to use the formula of getting the nth term of geometric sequence. So, a sub n is equal to a sub 1, which is your first term, r, which is your ratio, and n minus 1, where n stands for the term that you want to find. So, we want to find the 7th term. Your a sub 1 is 3. Your ratio, your common ratio is what? That's also 3. Why is it 3? 9 divided by 3 is 3. Or, you can simply look at the given that if we multiply 3 by 3, we'll get 9. So, your common ratio is 3. So, this is 7 minus 1. So, that's 3 raised to 3 times 3 raised to 6. Mas mabilis pindutin sa calculator ang 3 raised to 6. Or, kung masipag kayo, magpindot kayo ng 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 to get your answer. So, what's 3 raised to 6 is 729. And 3 times 729 is 2,187. So, the seventh term of the geometric sequence 3, 9, 27 is 2,187. Now, let's go to the next topic. Before we get to the next topic, let's try this one. If you're going to look at the given here, yan. Let me just zoom this up. Zoom this. Ayan. If you're going to look at this one, the difference between the given from 1 and 2 is that for number 3, your common ratio is a negative number. So if this is a negative number, you'll notice that the signs are changing. So for example, this one 5 is positive and the second one is negative. The third one is positive and the fourth one is negative. Kasi you are multiplying a negative number. For example, 5 times negative 2. So positive times negative will become negative. Then this one, negative 10 times negative 2, that is positive kasi negative times negative is positive. Makikita mo if the ratio is negative, the common ratio is negative if the signs are interchanging. Now, this may be tricky pero if the what do you call this? If the exponent is odd, what are the odd numbers? 3, 5, 7, 9. Automatic, your answer is negative. If the exponents are positive, therefore, your answer is positive. Ano yung gusto kong sabihin dito? Kapag yung sign dito sa taas is odd numbers, automatic yon yung sagot niya is negative. Okay? So, you just substitute all the values here. So, you'll get the correct answer. So, for this problem, the eighth term of the sequence is negative 640. Now, for question number 4, this time, your common ratio is a fraction. You'll see na medyo bumababa siya. Now, if you're going to observe this kind of geometric sequence, kapag pababa na siya, your common ratio is automatic a fraction. Kasi if you're going to divide this one, the second term, by the first term, obviously, mas mataas na yung nasa baba. So, ang mangyayari dun, ayan, ano yung mangyayari sa kanya? If your second term is 25 and your first term is 125, if you're going to divide 25 by 125, automatic this is a fraction. Let's say 20 and 10. Ano yung nasa ibabaw mo? 10. Nasa ilalim mo is 20. Automatic this is a fraction. So, if the geometric sequence is decreasing, your common ratio is a fraction. So, that's it. So, if you have still questions about getting the nth term of the geometric sequence, ayan, you may ask questions po. Thank you.